forest clearing erupted into chaos. Screams echoed as people ran for their lives, only to be cut down one by one. A small group managed to take shelter in a house, but the safety was short-lived. A monstrous creature smashed through the roof, grabbed Albie with its terrifying tentacle, and dragged him away with his final breath. Albie begged Thomas to lead everyone out of this place. After the slaughter, the creature suddenly vanished. The survivors were left in shock, soon turned on each other. Gally accused Thomas of being the root of all their suffering. He believed that if no one had resisted, the monsters and their handlers would have left them alone. Now, looking at the carnage, Thomas was filled with guilt. Recalling what Albie said after recovering his memory, Thomas decided to inject himself with a stinger left behind by a creature. He passed out. When he awoke, fragments of memory returned. He remembered himself and Teresa as designers of the maze, working in a lab to plan the cruel experiments, placing the boys in the maze to observe them. Later, guilt overwhelmed them, and they tried to stop the project. As punishment, they were thrown into the maze themselves. Now, seeing everything from a new perspective, Thomas was devastated. Encouraged by New, he resolved to escape and lead others to freedom. But leadership in the glade had changed. Gally had taken control. He ordered Thomas and Teresa to be captured and brought to the maze according to old rules. They should have been exiled, but Gally changed the rules. He wanted to sacrifice them to the maze. Luckily, Thomas had prepared. At the right moment, he led a rebellion. New, Minho, and others joined it. Together, they overpowered Gally's forces. Thomas urged everyone to escape with him. Some followed. Inspired by his courage, others, the frightened, chose to stay behind. With Gally, though disappointed, Thomas respected their choice. The group raced to Sector 7. As expected, it was guarded by a new creature. With determination, they fought fiercely, finally pushing the monster into a pit. But more kept coming, and they were forced to retreat at the deepest part of the maze. They discovered a locked door with an 8-digit code. Thomas realized that numbers referred to the order of the maze sector. Minho quickly recited the correct sequence. Teresa entered the code. The gate opened. A massive stone wall crashed down, crushing the pursuing monster. They were safe for now, but many comrades had died. After leaving the maze, they entered a dark tunnel and found an exit. But the scene outside was horrifying. Dead researchers lay everywhere, killed by gunfire. Blood had long since dried out. Suddenly, a screen lit up in the control room. The woman behind the maze appeared, revealing the truth in a pre-recorded message. The world had been destroyed. A virus called the Flare had driven humanity into madness and violence. Only a few babies were born immune. These children were locked in the maze, studied for a possible cure. Everything had been for the sake of saving the world, but armed forces opposing the cruelty of the experiment had attacked the lab and freed the survivors. The woman, disillusioned, raised a gun to her head. The video ended just when they thought it was over. Gally reappeared. Everyone in the glade had died, and Gally, infected by a monster bite, had turned violent. At the last second, Minho hurled a spear and killed him, but Chuck took a bullet for Thomas and died. The rescue team arrived. The survivors boarded a helicopter from above. They saw the maze's monstrous structure, a terrible reminder of what they'd been through. But were they truly free? In the final twist, the mastermind was revealed to still be alive. She wiped off the fake blood on her face. Her death was staged. Everything the attack escaped. The rescue was just another phase of the experiment. The boys were still trapped, still part of the plan, still test subjects in a brutal game.